I don't look at these books on here often enough. Look at this. Player cards! The Stuart and Marilyn R. Kaplan Playing Card Collection. This is actually more interesting than I was expecting it to be. There's almost no words. It's all pictures. This is my kind of book. I could blow through this in like 4 hours.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell. Welcome to Week in Review. This is a series that we do each week where we tell you the games that we played over the past week and what we think of them. And then if you want to see more, you can see the full review in the links in the description below. Let's go.
Hi everybody, Z Garcia here. Last week I reviewed a few different things. Let's kick it off with Matrix GIF, which I gave a 5 out of 10 to. This is an abstract strategy game. The final game in the GIF series has some bangers, some games I rate a 10 in there. This latest one is very similar to the original game GIF, and I find it to be kind of obtuse, a little slow, a little hard to learn, difficult to see ahead, to start to get better at the game. It's a very challenging game, and I'm sure to some people who want to devote themselves to one abstract game, I think this could do very well. And I even recommend it to folks that want to engage in that sort of activity. To me, I found it to be lackluster. I reviewed Children of Morta, the board game, which I gave a 7 out of 10 to. This is based on the indie video game, roguelike video game. And it does a lot of things right. It's very interesting. It's engaging. It's got a nice cooperative feel to it. It leaves some things to be desired when it comes to the production. There's a lot of tiny little icons. The colorization of some things feels off. It feels like it could have been better. It's exactly the kind of thing I would love to see a second edition of because it's almost there. I still recommend it, but I recommend it if you love the theme, if you like the video game, which I do. Otherwise, you probably find a better roguelike kind of game, like a Dead Cells would do it, something like that, or Slay the Spire would do it better than this one. And then lastly, Tom and myself reviewed 4 abstract games from the same company, Cosmo Ludo, with varying scores, the best one being Hokito, which I gave a 9 out of 10 to. It's a fantastic abstract game. It has speaking of GIF, it has a feeling like many of those GIF games where the board shrinks, the powers of the pieces start to really develop in interesting ways. There's a lot of clever moments in the game. You can definitely set yourself up for interesting attacks and responses and defenses. Very, very interesting game. An absolute winner in that style. So if you like abstracts, check out Hokito. And that's it for me.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Chris Time. I'm going to talk about the games I reviewed this last week. 7.5 to Razzia. Razzia is Ra, the auctioning game, but as a card game. So it's not as robust as its bigger brother. It is a little bit quicker and more portable. But I like the original so much, so this is an okay version of it. So 7.5, I still like it a lot, and if this is all that I had, I would pull it out and play it still. I just have access to Big Ra. Next up, Galileo Galilei Luna expansion. I gave this one an 8. Solid expansion, fun 4 new player powers, a new moon mechanism to work with that I can see really leaning towards very experienced players with the game. But you can even throw in just the 4 characters and not worry about that other module, which I think is a nice touch, so an 8. Next up, Tax the Rich, an 8 for this trick-taking game that I think does several things really cleverly, has a nice bidding system, a strange partnership system, but overall I like it, tongue-in-cheek humor and stuff, but the humor and the theme of it makes the rules easier to memorize, actually. And then lastly, Bordeaux. This is Viticulture's expansion. 2 good expansions this week. I gave this one a 9. I really like this. The 4-season board structure of this expansion is like the Tuscany board, but I kind of like the refinements, the little fine-tuning on this one. I use the little extra part, some of the extra mechanisms more than I use like the area control map from Tuscany's 4-season map, and I think that the 4-season structure plays out so nicely. It's a little looser, it's a little easier, and a little more giving, but then still just as tight a viticulture play. So, that folks, is my week.
This week I took a look at 2 games, I guess. Really, it was 1 game and 1 puzzle, but we'll get to that in a second. Let's talk about the game first. That's going to be Children of Morta, which I came in at a 7 on. I'm familiar with the video game. I enjoy it, and so it was neat to see this board game based on that. And in a lot of ways, they did feel similar. It kind of felt more like a homage to the actual video game, because of course it doesn't have as much timing elements and things like that, being a static board game. I did find the gameplay to be interesting and really engaging in ways that shouted out the video game, but it just didn't quite have the same feel. I felt like there was quite a few low turns that weren't very interesting. There was just too swingy and too limiting in what your character can do. So I enjoyed this one. I definitely recommend it for those who are a fan of the board game, but it's not one that I'm going to generally recommend across the board. So I came in at a 7 on Children of Morta. I also took a look at a puzzle. It's from the Magic Puzzle Company, and this was the Puzzled Patron, I believe it was. So it's the D&D setting one. Oh, I loved this. I came in at a 10. This was just an absolutely magical experience. I had so much fun discovering the puzzle as I went through. I enjoyed all the different weird shapes of it. I found that it was easy enough that I didn't ever feel frustrated with it. And there's just so many neat, nerdy little shout outs on it that I just found myself smiling throughout. There's kind of a little scavenger hunt puzzle as well that you can do when you're done that I definitely enjoyed, and just really, really cannot speak enough high praise about the Puzzled Patron from the Magic Puzzle Company. That's why it was a 10 for me. But that's going to be it. Let's keep going.
Hey everybody, I'm Joey Evans, and here's what I reviewed this week. First off, I reviewed Razzia with Chris, which is kind of it's really raw with rats that are like gangsters or whatever. It's good, it's raw, but with cards, I guess it's more portable. Came in at a 7 on this. Also, Off With Our Heads, a really cool Alice in Wonderland style feel of flipping right. I enjoyed this a lot. Came in at an 8 on this. Really enjoyed this one. Also, I did a video on 3D printed upgrades. You should definitely check that out. Whether or not you have a 3D printer, just to see what's out there. So anyway, those are the videos I did this week.
Hi, I'm Wendy Yee, and this week there's just one game I was in a review for, and that is the Luna expansion for Galileo Galilei. Now, I love the base game. Absolutely love it. It's a fabulous game. This is a great expansion to add in. I gave it an 8. I really enjoy the characters that they add. I enjoy the moon element they add. It's super not necessary, though. I think that it adds great if you want more, but also you don't need more because the game's fabulous as it is. So there we go. That's my thoughts. I'm Wendy, and let's go ahead and see who's next.
We did a lot of stuff this past week. We did a couple live plays. We played Ward, trading card game. That was Joey versus Z. We also, from Bitewing Games, played Gold Country and Totally Human. We did some curling. We did a top 10 games with an interesting game arc. And we did look back and crowd surfing, and we voted. We let you vote it, I guess, for the hardest cooperative games. Okay, but from myself, some reviews. I reviewed with Z a bunch of abstract strategy games, with one of them making a 9 out of 10, pretty high actually. I took a look at Cozy Stickerville, very enjoyable game. Experience almost more than game as you go through and yes or no questions and put stickers out in the book. 8.5. I took a look at Off With Their Heads with Joey, a flip and right where you make your own poker hand of sorts. 8 out of 10. Me and Z reviewed Matrix GIF, and I hated that game. I think I gave it a 4 out of 10. Just not very good. Tax the Rich, a game in which it's a trick-taking game, but if you have a bunch of cards that are low numbers, you can declare revolution, and now suddenly low wins. That was good, 8 out of 10. I took a look at Ley Lines from Arcane Wonders, a nice pickup and delivery game, very smooth, simple game, 7 out of 10. I did a lot of short reviews, some good, some bad, and finally I reviewed the newest expansion for Viticulture, Bordeaux, from Stonemaier Games. An amazing expansion. I'll only ever play with it. 10 out of 10. I also took a look at my original Top 100 I did 21 years ago and went through 10 of those and talked about where those games are now, including Star Wars Queen's Gambit. So anyhow, that's what we did this week. Lots of different reviews. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Vassell, and this has been Week in Review. Hey folks, thanks for watching another one of our videos. If you like our videos, if you like our channel, if you would love to game with us at one of our conventions, check out Dice Tower Cruise, Dice Tower East, and Dice Tower West. Fantastic conventions where we play games with wonderful people, a humongous library, and lots of other events and stuff. Also, don't forget to check out our channel, like and subscribe. I'm Tom Bassel.
Okay, also, I'm looking for stuff to put back here. There's no fun, crap to play with. I like to grab crap off the shelf. But speaking of which, I found this in here. It's like a rainbow poop. I have no idea why. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this. See, we're on camera. We're going to be right. See, right here, right in front of the lighthouse. Look at this. A little bit of poop right there in front of the light. Little bit of poop. There we go. We're going to see how long that stays right there. No one's going to know except for me and you. We're going to see how long that poop stays right there. My prediction, 20 years.
All right. Well, that was fun. Time to go home. Is that rainbow poop?